Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather. Thanks for joining me today. Today, I'm going to be letting you know about two body bronzers that I love, but one may actually be better than the other, might be replacing my holy grail. So, want to know what it is? Stay tuned and let's do this. Okay, so a little bit of background on me and my skin. I am light to light medium in the summertime, and I have heavily textured skin. I have a sun disease, it's an allergy actually, that causes bumps to come on my skin when I am in the sun. It doesn't turn into cancer, there's no cure for it because it's really rare, but what happens is it causes like little tiny rings kind of on my skin that are a little bit rough. And so a sunless tanner is an absolute no, because as most of you who would be watching a video like this would know, any kind of sunless tanner, it kind of clings to any rough patches on your skin, which is why they tell you to really exfoliate really well and to put, barrier creams and stuff on your elbows and all of that around your hands and feet and ankles so that it doesn't cling to those areas. Well, on me, you don't really see this skin thing on me unless you look really close or unless you put a sunless tanner on, because when you do that, the rings show up and it looks like I have little circles all over me. Super fun. It is my lot in life. What are you going to do? Lament? No. You move on. So I have been on the hunt constantly for a bronzer that doesn't cling to moles or rough spots or skin tags or just like any of those things that people don't really talk about if you have perfect skin, but lots of us have that kind of stuff, especially as we get older. So my initial one that I have been using for over a year is the Vida Liberata Body Blur Bronzer, and this one is in Latte. I also have the Latte Light. Either one of those are great for light or light to medium. They have multiple colors for deeper skin tones, but what's really nice about this is that it has this HD skin finish. It really does blur your skin and just kind of makes it really look soft and blurred and glowy. Really like it. It's not waterproof. It's water resistant. If you jump into a pool and you get out and you go sit down, it's not going to come off. If you're in a pool for, 3 hours, it might come off, but not actually even as bad as a sunless tanner would, because there's something about the chlorine just takes those right off. But this will transfer onto your clothing if you are sweaty or if you are wearing white. I would never wear white with this because I think it's not horrible, but it can come off. So Facebook made me buy it. Instagram made me buy it. I've got a Westmore Beauty Lasting Effects. It's this one right here, as you probably saw in the title. And this is a body coverage perfector. Now, I have tried this probably a year and a half ago, and I bought I think it's called Natural Radiance. It's the lighter version. And it just looked like makeup. It has that kind of pinky, neutral gray undertone that gives it a foundation look. It really does kind of look like foundation on your skin in that color. And I didn't like it at all. And I actually didn't even finish it. I threw it out. And then Facebook has been just bombarding me with ads for this recently. And I started looking at all of the reviews for it, and people were raving about it. And I was like, what? And I read this one review that made me repurchase this. And I'll tell you why. So she said, for one thing, you cannot have any kind of lotion or oil or any kind of moisture or anything on your skin, because if you do, it's not going to have that transfer proof, waterproof kind of effect. It's going to negate that because it's mixing with that lotion that's in your body, on your skin, or the oil. And so it's not transfer proof when you do that. They also said you cannot rub this in with your hands. Even though the instructions actually say, rub it in with your fingers, you can't, because it dries so fast that the second you put it on your skin, if you don't really rub really fast, it just streaks. Then it looks patchy and weird, and it just doesn't go on right. And thirdly, for me personally, because I'd been using this and using the darker color, not super dark, but like kind of the medium one, I thought, I wonder if I get the darker color in this, it would look less like makeup or foundation and more just like a body bronzer. So I actually purchased the Golden Radiance one on the actual link from Facebook. It was like you had to sign up for an auto thing, and then you got it for $45, but if you didn't, it was like $74 or something like that. It was in the 70s. So you can order this without doing the auto, but you're going to pay quite a bit more for that. So I started researching it and got it on Amazon. I did spend, I think, $55, but then it came with this mitt that comes with it, which I'll tell you about in a minute. And you don't have to worry about the auto shipping. Also, it is 1,000 degrees here in Texas, and I did not do my hair today because when you walk outside, it is so moist from the humidity that it looks like this anyway. So just pardon the hair. This is my natural, I let it air dry hair. It's beachy waves, right? No. Okay. Anyway, this is how you use this. The Golden Radiance is way better in a color. It looks much less like foundation and much more like an actual bronzer. If you are light to light medium, you could get away with the Golden Radiance if you do what I'm telling you to do. If you're really pale, like real pale, I don't know. You would have to use a very light hand, and I don't know. But for me, and what I've got it on right now, not on my face, but I do have it on here and on my arms. And you can see it just gives this really nice, even, pretty golden radiance look. But this I don't like. It's very stiff. And I'm not really sure which side you're supposed to use, but I used this side because this side's more just like a microfiber cloth and this side's more of like a velvet. But it wouldn't conform to my hand very much. It was a little too flat, a little too stiff. I just don't like it. I have gotten this off of Amazon. I've had this for a year and a half or 2 years already, and so I don't know if it's still there. It's called B.Tan. It's just a mitt that I got off of Amazon. If I can find it, I'll have a link to it. But it's just much more soft and pliable, and you can kind of just really get into your skin that way. It's not just a flat thing going over a curved body. Okay, I just watched a video on Facebook that showed this woman putting on the lotion with her fingers going in up and down strokes, thick, and covering tattoos. Then you're supposed to let it dry, and then you're supposed to use the mitt that comes with it to, it says buff it off, but really it looks like she's kind of lightly dabbing it and maybe sloughing off a little bit, but not a lot. So I tried that, and I still did a thin layer. I still don't like that. I think it does work a little bit better using your fingers and then sloughing it off, but I still prefer using my black mitt because it gets all over your hands, it stains your hands, and it's harder to get that off. And then I still think I get a better effect with my mitt. But if you are trying to cover some major stuff and some tattoos, it did cover it on hers. Whether or not that's transfer proof, I highly doubt it. And I don't know how much would come off in a pool, but I still give this thing 2 thumbs up. If you've got textured skin or any kind of rough skin or anything and you just can't use sunless tanner, this is a thing for you. The other thing is, do not put this on directly onto your skin from the tube. Like normally you would take lotion and you would do this and then you would rub it in. Don't do that. It dries so fast that it will leave the streak where you have put it. And so I have found that I just can't get it rubbed in fast enough to get it to not streak like that. So what I do is I take this and I just put a little bit in like a spiral circle, and then I do it in sections on my body, only one section at a time, and rub fast and in circular motions and really get it buffed in. Just do a thin layer onto your skin, get it really, really buffed in, and let it dry. And make sure no oils, no lotions, nothing. You've exfoliated your skin and your skin is dry. let it dry for a good 10, 20 minutes. You don't have to walk around naked unless you really want to, but you don't have to. It take that long, but make sure you've gotten to where you can do this and it feels just very dry. If you do that and you don't put too much on and you do the way I'm telling you in sections, it will last like 3 or 4 days. Now, if you add lotion the next day, like you put it on today, tomorrow you get up, your skin feels dry, you want to put lotion on. If you add lotion to your skin, it is going to negate the transfer-proof, waterproof kind of thing. It may come off on your clothes because you've just mixed it with another product that makes it too wet. So I have found that kind of on the 3rd day, I've got to just take it off, moisturize. Otherwise, my skin's going to dry out like the Sahara Desert. So it will say, oh, it'll last a week. But if you add lotion, it's going to come off on your clothes. But if I do it the way that I've just told you, it does not come off on my sheets. It doesn't come off on my clothes. I'm actually tonight going to put on white jeans, go out to dinner, and come home and see if it transfers onto white, because this will transfer onto white. I haven't tried this on white, but I know on other clothes I haven't noticed it. Jeans or a shirt like this, I don't notice it anywhere on here, but it's not white. So is it white proof? I don't know. People will say it doesn't come off on white sheets. I don't have high hopes for that. But I will update you at the end on my phone tonight and see if it actually comes off underneath, like on my legs, onto the jeans. But even still, I have gone swimming with this. It does not come off. I have taken a shower, and as long as you don't soap up with, soap, it does not come off. In fact, today when I took a shower, I was rubbing my legs and I could see some of this coming off, and it had been like 4 days since I had tried to wash it off. So it does actually hold up really well, even in Texas heat, even in humidity. I have not noticed it just melting off. We'll see about the white. Now, this claims and shows on the advertisement that it will cover tattoos and veins and all your blemishes. Maybe, but I think you would have to use half a bottle to get this to cover a tattoo to where you really couldn't see it, and then you're absolutely going to look like you're wearing makeup. I mean, there's no way you could put enough on to cover a dark tattoo and not look like you had a cake of makeup on. So I've got it on now. You can still see freckles through onto my skin, but what it does is it just evens everything out. It blurs it out. It kind of smooths everything over. For me, having these red spots from the sun, if I have really, really white skin, the pinkish red spots stand out really bad. But if I have color on me, most people don't even notice it. Now everyone's gonna notice it now they've seen me. But it doesn't, if it even clings to a dry patch, like I have one right here, it is totally clinging to this dry patch on my skin, but you can't actually see. Let me see if I can zoom in. You can't actually see it very well. It doesn't make it darker, which is what sunless I can't even say that, which is what sunless tanners do, is they cling to the dark, to the dry patches and make those darker than the rest of you, and it makes it stand out. This does not do that. It keeps everything very even. And so it's not going to cover everything and look natural, but it is going to give you a nice glow, a nice tan without using a sunless tanner. It has no smell, right? Does it have a smell? Oh yeah, it does. It kind of smells like cocoa powder, like chocolate. I don't think it has cocoa in it, but it's very faint. I don't ever smell it. This is the first time I've actually smelled it. So it does have a faint scent, but it goes away completely. It's almost like cocoa powder. But get it on Amazon. I'll try and link it if you don't want to do like the whole auto ship thing or auto renewal, and you want to not pay the $75 or whatever. But for people that don't have perfect skin, that have textured skin, that have rougher skin and cannot use a sunless tanner, this is a great option. If you're not worried about transferring at all, this is beautiful on the skin. This actually looks prettier than this does, but I think this is more water and transfer resistant Too bad you can't use them together.
Okay, so these are my white ripped up jeans. I hope that are wrinkly. So wrinkly. But on the inside, you can see there's no tanner or anything visible. And so we're gonna throw these on. I'm gonna wear them to dinner, and then we'll look at the inside of there and see if it has come off. Okay, I just wanted to show you really quick that these white jeans are on over my sunless tan, but they are, you know, tight jeans, and so I did pull them up on tight, and so I don't have high hopes that this isn't going to rub off. And if you had like a flowy white skirt or something, or a dress or shorts that weren't really tight, you might do better than wearing super tight white jeans. But we're gonna experiment with this anyway. So there they are. Okay, I took these off after wearing them, and you can see there is some transfer. I mean, you can see like where definitely some transfer. This I left this side, the outside, you can see the difference. Definitely some transfer. However, I will say this is the least amount of transfer of any body bronzer. And actually, even when I have worn Sunless Tanner before, if I had on, you know, tight jeans like this, a little bit would even be coming off. So not too bad. If you had something flowy and white, I wouldn't even worry about it, but it will transfer a little bit, but not anything that anyone else is gonna see, because they're gonna be seeing the outside of your jeans. Okay?
Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this and found it informative. If you have, give it a thumbs up. Share it with anybody you think might be interested in either one of these products. I will try and put some links in the description box below to all of these products and to this mitt if I can find it. But if I can't, then just get a normal tanning mitt. Don't bother spending extra money for their mitt. Otherwise, I hope you're having a great day. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.